Felt like I was running on a road I drew in chalk. Big dreams on a whiteboard, tiny circle where I walk. Late nights with the numbers, early doubts I never said. Carrying a company on a spine of spider thread. Then I saw a room of faces, same tired, stubborn eyes. All these different logos, sharing the same rise. Catalyst in our veins, turning pressure into planes. We're not meant to climb alone, we're meant to build a different throne. If you care about the climb and who you are at the same time, come and sit inside this mind. Catalyst 88, we realign. We don't talk in buzzwords, we talk payroll highs, hurt stories of the deals we lost, lessons written in the dirt. Someone draws a clearer map, someone names the fear I hide. Every struggle on the table suddenly is on my side. Every question hits me harder like a mirror held up close. Not just how to scale the revenue, how to grow. The one who chose. Catalyst in our veins, turning pressure into planes. We're not meant to climb alone, we're meant to build a different throne. If you care about the climb and who you are at the same time, come and sit inside this mind. Catalyst 88, we realign. This is for the founder who lies awake and counts the cost, who wants a bigger company and refuses to be lost. Come shopping with the sharp ones, let the iron shape your flame. We will know you by your questions long before we know your name. Oh, catalyst in our veins, turning pressure into planes. We're not meant to climb alone, we're meant to build a different throne. If you care about the climb and who you are at the same time, pull your chair into the light. Catalyst 88, ignite. One step, then another. Vision, discipline, and grace. If you're ready for the higher road, we kept you a place.
Yeah. Let me ask you something real quick. Founder of the leader, let's go.
You a founder stuck in operations, can't see the bigger play. Making all the decisions while your leadership decays. Is your calendar controlling you? No time to strategize. Can't delegate effectively, wearing every hat in sight. Vision getting blurry cause you're managing the small. Missing opportunities cause you can't scale it all. Team looking at you but you got no clear direction. Where we going? Culture falling apart, need some serious correction. Fix it. Time to transform, elevation calling you. Transform, from founder to leader, here's what we gonna do. Let's go. Catalyst 88, we transform the game. Strategic thinking, elevate your name. System that scale, leadership refine. CEO coaching, master your mind. Catalyst 88, breaking through the ceiling. Founder the leader, that's the power you're feeling. Data-driven vision, results you can trust. Transform and stay stuck, it's evolve or it's buzz. First we build your vision, crystal clear strategic plan. Vision, quarterly objectives, now you operate like a Fortune brand. Corporate. Then we systematize, document your operations. Automate the mundane, free you up for innovation. Leadership development, we develop your executive presence. Communication mastery, commanding every boardroom session. Delegation frameworks, build a team that executes. Performance metrics track, so you always know the truth. Financial intelligence, master your numbers game. Money, marketing strategies, that build your empire's name. AI integration, technology your advantage. Chairman circle access, network that's pure savage. No more working in it, time to lead above. Transform your business with strategy and love. Catalyst 88, we transform the game. Strategic thinking, elevate your name. System that scale, leadership refined. CEO coaching, master your mind. Catalyst 88, breaking through the ceilings. Founder the leader, that's the power you're feeling. Are you ready for the transformation? Ready to lead with absolute domination. From tactical to strategic elevation. We turn founders into leaders, that's our reputation. 88, Catalyst 88, we transform the game. Strategic thinking, elevate your name. System that's scale, leadership refined. CEO coaching, master your mind. Catalyst 88, breaking through the ceilings. Founder the leader, that's the power you're feeling. Data-driven vision, results you can trust. Transformers stay stuck, it's evolve or it's bust. Catalyst 88, founder the leader. Catalyst 88, become a true believer. Yeah, 88, transform for data. Founder the leader, that's the only way. Slack still screaming my name. Got a team on the edge, but I'm stuck in the game. Same four walls, same tired excuses. Big dreams, small habits. Man, I'm sick of these bruises. Heard about a room where the bar sits higher, where they tear down limits, then rebuild fire. Catalyst in my veins, yes, kicking in. Mastermind minds, all wide to win. If you wanna scale up, stop flying blind. Get a sharper heart, sharper mind. Founders like me, we don't go it alone. We join Catalyst AEA, that's the leader's home. More stories on a whiteboard, scars turned into maps. Every blind spot on the table, no more friendly traps. Iron hearts, steel spines, calling out my bluff. They don't tell me what I want, they tell me what's tough. Every hard truth hits like a neon sign. This is where you grow, step over the line. Catalyst in my veins, it's kicking in. Mastermind minds all wired to win. If you wanna scale up, stop flying blind. Get a sharper heart, a sharper mind. Founders like me, we don't go it alone. We join Catalyst AEA, that's the leader's home. This isn't luck, this is choosing the strain, sharpening trust, rewiring the brain from burnout boss to a leader who stayed. I found my people, found my way. Catalyst in my veins, now I feel it burn. Every bolt bent, every hard-earned turn. If you're done with ceilings, done wasting time, come and raise your bar, raise your line. Founders like us, we don't fight on our own. We join Catalyst AEA, we call that home. Oh yeah.
Got a question on your mind, staring at the sales page, stuck in grind, scrolling through the numbers, time. Tap in, lean it, we're live on the line. Founders in the chat, big brains one time. Ask it how you think it. Watch us break and remix it. Yeah! Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. Drop your biggest block, we'll elevate from zero to launch, from stuck to great. Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. We're talking traffic teams. Check out rates. Turn those maybes into we just ate. Online builders in the same room. E-com killers making big moves. Real talk, no fluff, straight playbook. One call, one spark, change the outlook. Hey, turn it up, tune it, circle the date. Got a dream, bring it, don't be late. Tap it in the chat, hit send. This is where the stuff parts end. Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. Drop your biggest block, we'll elevate from zero to launch, from stuck to great. Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. We're talking margins, gross, ad spend gates. Turn those some days into we just ate. Woo! Founders, makers, all in the thread. Let's go. Questions loaded, clear your head. One idea, put your plan in gear. Same tribe, same vibe. This is your year. Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. Drop your biggest block, we'll elevate from zero to launch, from stuck to great. Ask me anything. Catalyst, AEA. Hit the link, lock in, save the date. We're live, we're on. Catalyst, AEA. Whoa! Woo!
Founders, operators, gather round! Big brain moment coming to town! Got a cart to fix, got ads that flop, questions piling to the top. Scaling pains and margin fears, Steve has seen it all these years. One mic, one mind, one wild ride. Bring your problems, leave your pride. Ask Steve anything, anything. Catalyst crew, let the questions ring. Ring. If you sell one thing, or you sell everything, ask Steve anything, anything. Got that e-com bling, let the wisdom sing. Show up, tune in. Ask Steve anything. Skew soup swirling in your head. Too much stock or not enough bread. Crazy returns and a tricky fee. Steve's got stories, wait and see. Click that link, take that seat. Your aha moment on repeat. Ask Steve anything, anything. Catalyst crew, let the questions ring. Ring. If you sell one thing, or you sell everything, ask Steve anything, anything. Got that e-com bling, let the wisdom sing. Show up, tune in. Ask Steve anything. This is your sign. Hey. This is your call. Hey. Steve's wisdom available to all. Bring your uh-oh, bring your why. Leave with watch this brand go fly. Ask Steve anything, anything. Catalyst crew, let the questions ring. Ring. If you sell one thing, or you sell the laptop glow. SKU list long but the margins low. Scrolling stats in a hotel chair, chasing that cart that keeps disappearing. Slack pings bring spins, am I too late? Every new trend feels like a tidal wave. Then you walk in, hear that welcome laugh. Pull up a seat, kid, we'll fix that math. Catalyst 88, we're running this track. Amazon, Shopify, TikTok stack. Founders in a circle, maps on the napkin, flipping that fear into action, action. When the curveballs fly and the plans fall flat, your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. Yeah, your buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. Markers on our hands, tiny idea turns into a brand. Numbers on the screen start to make more sense. You're not alone in this chaos again. War stories about the ones that crash, laughing while we learn from the broken glass. Take that loss, turn it into fuel. He grins and says, that's the founder rule. Catalyst 88, we're running this track. Shopify, TikTok stack. Founders in a circle, maps on the napkin, flipping that fear into action, action. When the curveballs fly and the plans fall flat, your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. Yeah, your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. To the sold out run, from the late night scramble to the rising sun. Oh yeah, every big leap, every near attack, hear that voice say, relax, I got your back. Catalyst 88, we're running this track. Amazon, Shopify, TikTok stack. Founders in a circle, maps on the napkin, flipping that fear into action, action. When the curveballs fly and the plans fall flat, your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. Yeah, your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back. Your old buddy Steve Simonson's got your back.
Hey, you in the big city, the flyover states, from here to Shanghai, we got something to say. If you're tired of all the hustle and you're ready to turn your business into a muscle, level up. Let the brands that you build, they can work for you. Make the money while you're sleeping, you know what to do. Let the tribe of founders guide you on your way while you level up. Level up. If you're tired of all the hustle and you're ready to turn your business into a muscle, level up. Level up. Level up.
Let me ask you something. Listen up. Are you stuck in the grind while your dreams collecting dust? Working 80-hour weeks, but your revenue's a bust. Got a team full of problems, you don't know who to trust. Are you drowning in the chaos, man? Your system need adjust. Spending money on ads, but the funnel leaking out. Drip, scaling way too fast or moving slow. You got doubt. Which profits looking thin while your stress levels max? Need a blueprint for success, need to get your empire back. Let's go. If you ready for the answers, if you ready to break through, ready? There's a catalyst igniting and it's waiting here for you. We are catalysts, igniting dreams, we accelerate. From the ground up to the top, we elevate. Strategy, system scale, we dominate. We are catalysts, building empires, changing fate. Join the masterminds who won't hesitate. We'll see you at the top, it's never too late. It's your business owning you and you should be in control. Profit margins disappearing, man, you're falling in a hole. Feel like you're alone, running out of time and cash flow. Need a roadmap to the top, need to finally reach a goal. We got strategy, systems got the blueprint you need. Chairman circle knowledge, plant that entrepreneurial seed. Grow, data-driven vision with AI on your side. We don't just coach, we transform, take you on that winning ride. No more isolation, now we're rising as one. Unity. The transformation started, man, we only just begun. We are catalysts, igniting dreams, we accelerate. From the ground up to the top, we elevate. Strategy, system scale, we dominate. We are catalysts, build empires, changing fate. Join the masterminds who won't hesitate. We'll see you at the top, it's never too late. Listen up, e-commerce warriors, corporate giants too. If you're stuck up in the struggle, we got wisdom here for you. Transform your business, change the world tonight. Unleash your potential, let your vision take flight. From the bottom to the top, we don't never quit. Strategy and systems, that's the catalyst spit. 88! We are catalysts, igniting dreams, we accelerate. From the ground up to the top, we elevate. Strategy, system scale, we dominate. We are catalysts, building empires, changing fate. Join the masterminds who won't hesitate. We'll see you at the top, it's never too late. Catalyst, we'll see you at the top. Catalyst, we never stop, never. Yeah. 88, let's go.
Questions buzzing in your brain, scaling fast, shipping orders, but you're stuck inside the same lane. You want bigger numbers, you want profit in your sleep, you want friends who've done it, not just quotes you say from a feed. Let's go! Ask us anything, we dare you. Catalyst 88, online killers, brand builders. We've lived every launch and mistake. Ask us anything, we dare you. Bring the chaos, bring the heat. Founders, hustlers, heavy hitters. Yeah, we answer what you need, what you need. What's the move this quarter? What's the ad that really hits? How to build a loyal tribe, not just bargain hunting clicks. From the first sale ever to the day you cash a check. Where the stories, where the scars, where the shortcuts in your head. Talk to us, ask us anything, we dare Got a win to share. Play it. Got a fear you hate. Face it. Drop it all right here. This is your green light. Hit the link, lock in the call. If you're building something crazy, you don't have to do it all. Ask us anything, we dare you. Catalyst 88. Online killers, brand builders. We've lived every launch and mistake. Ask us anything, we dare you. Bring the chaos, bring the heat. Founders, hustlers, heavy hitters. We're the people you should meet. Ask us anything, we dare you. Yeah, we dare you to ask. Ask us anything, we dare you. Come and level up fast.
Ask me anything. Ask me anything. Hey, founder to founder. Let the game begin. Click in the room, name on the banner. Steve in the window, chalk that planner. Bootstrap blood, late night grind. Car full of dreams, numbers on your mind. You got tabs on tabs, stats on stats. Sellers in the chat, all chasing that max. Agency operators clocking the pace. Everybody here trying to level their place. Ask me anything. Founder to founder, we've been in the fire, we've been under that pressure. Ask me anything. Seller to seller, turn that pain to a play, make the whole crew better. Ask me anything. Operator, planner. We speak the same star, same hustle, same grammar. Ask me anything. Turn that question to a win. We don't gatekeep game, we just let it all spin. You remember first launch? Boss came crushed, supply went ghost, cash got flush. Ass been burning, CPAs climb, still hit refresh. One more time, that's why we here. No script, just real. Every dumb mistake turned into steel. Margins thin, but the mind got thick. Now we passed that map, so you climb out quick. Ask me anything. Founder to founder, we've been in the fire, we've been under that pressure. Ask me anything. Seller to seller, turn that pain to a play, make the whole crew better. Ask me anything. Operator, planner. We speak the same star, same hustle, same grammar. Ask me anything. Turn that question to a win. We don't gatekeep game, we just let it all spin. Let it spin. Hands up in the chat, drop your pain, your plan. Every L you took made you who you went. From one laptop to a whole squad strong. We the ones who stayed, now we pass it on. Ask me anything. Founder to founder, we've been in the fire, we've been under that pressure. Ask me anything. Seller to seller, turn that pain to a play, make the whole crew better. Ask me anything. Operator, planner. We speak the same star, same hustle, same grammar. Ask me anything. Turn that question to a win. If you show up hungry, then the session begins.
Well, here we go, everybody. It is time for your buddy Steve, and that's me. So here I am. So immediately, I want to give you guys a quick itinerary of our visits today. So we're going to do a little wrap up on a Manus session that we started earlier today, just to show the final pieces. If you were not in our earlier session, you can just go find that earlier session, and you'll see some of the Manus magic that we put together. It's very, very useful. And so anyway, so we're going to have a little bit of that, and then I'm going to do an OpenAI Image Gen 2.0 kind of demo, but how to make batches. And I'll first show you how batches suck, and then I'll show you how to make batches work easily, as long as you know the constraints. And believe me, stupid OpenAI is not going out of their way to help us on that. Alrighty, so let me first find a screen we can share. Let's see, we're going to remove that filler. And by the way, if you guys can hear me, you can tell me where you're from. Just let me know. We got our AV running. I've got multiple screens, so forgive me if I don't see your contributions immediately, but I certainly welcome them, especially if you should have questions or want me to get into some specifics. So forgive me as I try to cover multiple screens myself. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and start a screen share with you. So that would invite this here, and we'll just do the whole screen. You guys, you don't mind a little messy screen, do you? All right, so first, let us bring that up and show you. So I've got Manus here, and this is where we're going to tie off our details. And I'll just try to make it bigger just so it doesn't get confusing to you. So anybody who's on an earlier call, remember we were adding Mexico, Brazil, and UAE to our e-commerce analytics page, and it was taking a long time. I didn't want to do that live, and I said I'll tie off and just add Mexico real quick. So I did add Mexico, and it went and it did all of the builds and added to our page, and then you can see the page here for anybody who didn't see it. This is our e-commerce page. And to bring that page up to date, all I have to do is click publish, and it fixes on the last things. And now that site is live. We can go visit it and see our precise details. And I'll just drag that over here. So for anybody who's in the e-commerce business, you can go to so this is the Manus version, but you go to parsimony.site just for the custom version, just so you can see it's hosting our own domain, super easy. And now it's added Mexico with that live data. So you can see the Mexico versus Australia, EU, etc. And many, many details down here as well. So again, that's to tie off the loose ends from earlier, everybody. And now I think we'll switch gears, if you'll permit me, to OpenAI. And let's just give a quick summary. So OpenAI first came out in the old days with Dolly, and it was neat. It wasn't always perfect, but it's like, holy crap, the computer's making images. This is pretty neat. And then it got better, right, with its subsequent, the versions now all run together, but we'll just say it was ImageGen 1.0. It was past Dolly, and it was really good. And then Nano Banana came out, and then it fought back, and Nano Banana is excellent as well. But this is the most up-to-date one, and I think the most interesting for us. I'm just going to play you their quick video just for a second to share with you kind of their vision. And it's about a minute and a half, so indulge me if you will. Let's watch it together right now.
Today, we are launching ImageGen 2.0. If we think of DALL-E as cave drawings and ImageGen 1 as ancient art, then ImageGen 2.0 is the Renaissance.
ImageGen 2.0 is the smartest image generation model ever built, with the ability to generate complex, polished, and production-ready visuals with accurate text and structured design. You see, this model isn't just generating images, it's thinking.
That's right. ImageGen 2.0 is thinking and researching, and it can even search the web to generate images with the most accurate information available.
And with that information, the model is able to generate infographics that explain complex systems and images that solve math problems with proofs.
And with new multilingual capabilities, you can create visuals with multiple languages for the entire world.
And now, for the first time in image generation, you can create multiple distinct images at once. So you can generate entire magazines with structured typography and photorealistic photos, full renovation plans for every room in your house, or manga comics with recurring characters and evolving storylines.
And you can now generate images with 2K resolution across multiple aspect ratios with extraordinary micro details.
You see, we are no longer generating images to marvel at. With Images 2.0, we are generating images to discover and navigate, to invent and build, to dream and explore the world, and bring ideas to life.
Okay, well, you saw it here first, everybody. I'll bring myself back here. So the premise now is that it's the newest, coolest thing, and this is, by the way, a good time to tell you this is why I remain quite agnostic when it comes to AI engines. Like, competition is good for us as users, and so when Nano Banana is the best thing in town, terrific. I'm going to use it, and for each use case, there's still best in class uses for Nano Banana or ImageGen 2 or others as well, Midjourney and the like. So I'm not so focused on having perfection. I'm focused on having progress. And so I'm going to share a use case with you today. Let's get rid of that Manus window. And we're going to go to a ChatGPT window. So bear with me while I'm going to try to make this one bigger again so we don't get distracted. Okay, so I said earlier to ChatGPT. So this is the new ChatGPT, 5.3 or whatever. And if you just go to it by default, it puts you into instant. So everyday chat is the default. Now I realize you're looking at it's saying thinking right now. And by the way, that's going to be a big key to us later. So before it was switched to thinking, I'm like, hey, can you make a new batch? And it's like, yeah, what do you need? Send me, these details. And I'm like, I just pasted my axioms, right? So I like to say things repeatedly, but instead of being a nutty old guy who repeats himself, I made a marketized axioms. So axiom 0, I don't know nothing about nothing. Every upgrade's a downgrade at first. Like these are common sayings that I use, and it's more fun to see those in different styles. So I said, go make all these axioms and make them in a Renaissance master style. And this is what it came back with. A single graphic, everybody. If you're keeping score at home, that is an individual graphic. That is not 22 graphics. And then it stopped doing its thing. And of course, I was less than impressed. So I said, hey, I expected each graphic as an individual axiom, like line it up. And it goes, oh, great, here you go. And it made a collage or a contact sheet, however you want to refer to it, with nice Baroque Renaissance style graphics. It's, I said just Renaissance or something, and it said, well, let's do Baroque. Fine, like that's okay. And the graphics themselves are very nice, if you ask me, right? Like they're have some nice stuff to them, but they're all together, and I don't want a contact sheet. I want a individual graphics. So now, I try to turn up the heat a little bit, so bear with me. So I say, hey, I want individual. Can't you just make a single individual, right? So I'm trying to convince it to do the job. And it makes the same thing. And I'm like, hey, can't you just make a batch run? And it makes the same thing, right? And so I tell it, but this is where the robots are going to get me first, everybody. I say, you're terrible. And then, of course, it's sycophantic. So it's like, oh, you're not wrong. What you asked for is reasonable. And then it says, this is a big detail, I can generate individual graphics, but I can't reliably fire off 23 consistently. Now, it didn't tell you what it could do consistently. That's the big catch I'm going to reveal here in a minute to make your life easier. And so it's telling me all the reasons it can't do, and then it's admitting it was wrong and blah blah blah. And then it's like, all right, how do we do this? So it gives me a step-by-step, right? And it says, hey, let's think about the Pro Creative Studio. So I say, okay, fine. Just trying to follow its suggestions. And so I say, all right, fine, do step 1. And this determines what these look like, or 23 random memes. And so it's going into this real big, long design thing. I'm fine with all of it. So I say, okay, I won't bother you. I mean, it's obviously quite great detail. And it's asking me so much stuff, but I'm like, I don't care. Just stick with what you've been doing and move to step 2. And it makes a combined test graphic. Step 2 was to make test graphics for proofs. And it makes this test graphics, again, they're very nice individually, if you zoom in on it, but it's not what I asked for. I want literally individual graphics. So the graphic quality I'm not arguing about, it's the outputs. Oops, pardon me, I clicked on the wrong button. You're jumping ahead, everybody. So let me just scroll back to where we were. So I'm like, hey, do the batch run, you're terrible, blah, blah, blah. And now I get into pretty soon I'm going to get into the swearing, right? Everybody says, oh, if you just drop the F-bomb, the AI will give it more power and escalate, do more things. And so I say, do axiom 0 through 9 as a batch, and it makes a contact sheet again. Stupid, right? And I'm this crazy, and I throw out the little let's call it escalatory call. And then now it finally says something very clear. Hey, what you're asking for is 10 separate images. Now, by the way, I put in the 10. I tried to limit it to 10, and that is your big takeaway of the day. You must limit. They can only do 10 in a batch. This is one of the reasons I like Manus. I can have it go do 30 or 50 graphics at once, all using the same style, and I just walk away and I come back half an hour later, it's all done. GPT Image Gen 2 can only do 10 at a time. So think of that as your limiting factor. So it says, okay, here's what I'm going to do. No more nonsense. I'm going to do this, axiom 0 through 9. And what does it do? It puts them all in the contacts page again. So I send a message to the manager, stop being lazy. And this is a good time to pause and just say, AI companies routinely turn up the power based on the amount of processing they have. So it gets dumber on one side of the dial and smarter and better on the other side of the dial. And they dumb it down when they don't have the capacity. That's just the truth. So now he says, okay, we're going to get this done right? I said, but it's just an it. And it makes one image. Again, I want to be fair about this. The quality of that graphic, like the Broke style, like that's a beauty, right? That's a real nice looking graphic. And it's just a shame that it's not paying attention. And pardon me for jumping around here. So let's see. So I'm down here, it's still screwing up, and I, call it lazy and drop the F-bomb again. And I say, you're wasting my time. And then after this fail, which I just showed you, I switched to the thinking mode. Okay, this is where down here I switched to thinking, and it was absolutely the difference maker. So only 10 images in a batch, big key, and then you got to be in the thinking mode so that it goes through and it actually makes the individual graphics that you want. So each of these now are individually downloadable and usable versus the contact sheet. So they're, big res like 2K, and again, no score, no game. Like this is a really nice looking graphic. And now I say, do 10 through 19, and it's dumb again because it flipped back because I started in the default mode and I had to get it back into thinking, not in the contact sheet, do them individually. And I switched to thinking, and it made my next batch of 10, right? Which are all, again, very good looking. Like my Axiom 14 is a juice worth the squeeze. It's got juice and it's squeezing. Like that's brilliant adaptation of a thought into a graphic, far beyond any graphic direction I could have ever given to a human. And I say, all right, fine, now do 20 to 22, but it defaulted back to dumb mode, so it put it in the contact sheet. And so I say, I switched to thinking, it still did it in the contact sheet. Finally, I switched to thinking, or I made sure I was in thinking, and I said, do it again, and they finally did it. Now, that took 4 times longer than it should have, so I'm going to show you how to start it out right. And I'll just give you, so I just popped this in, right? And I put it in thinking mode to start with. And it told me right off the bat this time, hey, I can't do 23, I can only do 10. If the other chat had just told me that, I could have restructured it early on. So it says you got 23 here, so here's the best way to do it in batches. And so it gave me the instruction. I literally just copied 0 through 9, and it did 0 through 9 here. Now, a small little note for you. It did the 0, right, which looks good. I don't know nothing about nothing. And then 1 and 2, and on down the line. And it didn't necessarily do them in order because it was running in parallel, but it's now sorted them in order. And you see, again, these are very, very, beautiful graphics given the graphical direction I gave it up front. And I'm like, now do 10 through 19. And magically, here comes 10. Here comes, let's look at 14, since we talked about that in the last one. And you see juice worth the squeeze. Now it's got oranges instead of grapes. But again, it's showing, hey, what's the reward, right? What's the cost, value, satisfaction, judgment, expended? Like it's really expanding into the idea of what's the juice worth the squeeze. So really, from that vantage point, I think exceptional. From the vantage point of usability, not quite as clean. And by the way, if I say now axioms 20 to 22, I'm in thinking mode. It should go generate that batch correctly this time. We're going to see while it's processing and see if it actually does it right. Because we started in thinking, we maintained in thinking, and we did them in batches of less than 10. So that's a big, fat, hairy deal. Now, The reason why this is worth doing is the juice worth the squeeze. This is worth doing, A, if you have less than 10 images you want to do in a batch, or you can batch them. But some of the capabilities of image gen, especially with text, especially with logic, are really exceptional. They're quite good. I still will use Manus, and it connects to Nano Banana. By the way, no Nano Banana watermarks if you use it through Manus, and you can do the larger batches. So you just kind of have to say, is Nano Banana good enough? And it's great. I have found Nano Banana also to be quite good. Again, used through Manus. If I give Nano Banana directly through Gemini a reference image like my image and go, hey, incorporate me in these graphics, it does a marginal job. It often forgets, and it does not do batches. So if you just say, hey, here's my image, do Axiom 1 and incorporate my image, 1 is fine because I just uploaded it, but 2, 3, 4, it eventually forgets. But Manus sets it up and it batches, and it does a very nice job of that. So we'll let this process here just for a minute, everybody, and let me just show you some of those fun Manus examples, just so you can kind of compare and contrast. So trying to find some graphics. So we'll just scroll up to this one. I think I had this loaded earlier. Yeah, so this is a sci-fi collection that we made. I uploaded the image one time, and I said, hey, go use the Founder Foundation series, which is a series of YouTube videos, and just take each one of the 31 and throw me into it with some sort of sci-fi theme. I didn't tell it poses. I didn't tell it anything. I just said, go figure out a marketing type title and just throw it in there and use me as a reference image and on and on and on. And you can see it's done a nice job. It's creative. It's changing some of the verbiage itself. It doesn't always have to be verbatim, which is fine with me. And so anyway, that ran in one batch in Manus, and I don't remember how long it took. It might have taken 20 or 30 minutes, but like, what do I care how long it takes? That's like having a really good assistant doing the job. So that's a Manus output. And let's just go back to our OpenAI output. And yeah, so that one's done. So we just finished, Axioms 20 to 22. And we can see it followed the same format. It's followed the same graphical style. Axiom 20, it will never work the first time, right? That's certainly something I learned in 7th grade. It's been true today. There's another one. It will always cost more and take longer. That's another truism. And what I like on the ImageGen 2.0 is it tells you, like, I didn't say scope expands. That's not in the instructions I gave it. The verbatim that I gave it is the always costs more, takes longer at the bottom of the thing. But it inferred from that the scope expands and cost climb and time stretches. So you need to be patient. And what started as simple becomes significant. And then it even makes this scroll showing the initial plan versus revisions, additions, enhancements. Like, it's really embraced this concept that was incorporated in the Axiom. And that's kind of what I want entrepreneurs to be able to do. So to be able to take founders and say, hey, what I'm saying, it will always take longer and cost more. Here's what I want you to infer from that message. So it's, I think, quite exceptional that it's able to do that. And finally, embrace the law of parsimony. For those who don't know that name, you might have heard of Occam's razor, but you can go look it up. And more or less, it's like the simplest answer is the correct answer. So you can see it's, saying, hey, let's not overthink. Let's avoid complexity. Let's just go towards the simple solution. So there is a very simple run through of how you get ChatGPT to do a batch of 10, make sure it's in thinking mode, otherwise it's literally dumb, and make sure that you give it, whatever graphic direction you want, should you wish to do so. The secret for all AI, this works anywhere, is to also just tell the AI in your first prompt, hey, ask me any clarifying questions, one by one, as like an interview, and then once those are done, then it can go to work. I hate it when it comes back and it gives me like 10 questions and I have to go through and answer it like I'm taking a test. But it's much easier if it just goes, hey, what artistic style do you want? Hey, what style, size of the image do you want for, what format? These that I'm showing you would be like, stories or things like that. I don't know, Instagram, the 9:16 ratio is what we're looking at here. So anyway, once that interview is done, it will be off and running, but it will still do it in that batch of 10. You can indeed do the longer batch as I did. If I go back to the top, I'd still put all those axioms in, but we broke it down into batches. And so it knew the job overall, but we then just gave it the batches. So that's the gist of OpenAI 2.0. Now let me just double check for everybody. I can't see the messages live, so I'm gonna just remove that. And I want to just see if you guys have any questions. So I'm gonna go to Catalyst 88. I'm gonna check the comments and make sure that I answer any questions before we punch out. I know there's about a half a dozen of you on the Catalyst 88 looking, and another it goes between 2 and 5 on the other areas. So let me see here. Gotta go. By the way, if you are on the outside channel, see that little QR code up there? If you scan that, assuming you're not watching this on your phone, then you'll be able to join our little online mastermind, and it's largely free. So I don't see any questions in there. Let's just see. Oh, Kyle asked a question here. Do you know if I can upload knowledge from ChatGPT into Manus or link to them so it continues to get to know you better? I don't know of a direct link, but I would say Manus does not require the intrusive amount of information about you to get good results. So I could actually show you a fair number of, like I went to Gemini and I'm like, hey, go, just tell me Steve's axioms. Maybe I could just show you that on screen because I want to give you a fair, like, so if I'll back up. One of the CEO coaching cohort members, Stefan, asked the other day, he's like, hey, Steve, I think your Axiom 14 and 15 in one of the graphics packs is mixed up, something like that. And he was right, by the way. We didn't do a good QC on it. And so I just said let me just find one of those, the right screen here. I said to Gemini or something, I'm like, hey, I need to know what the axioms are. And Gemini failed, Grok failed, ChatGPT failed. They all hallucinated. And even though I've uploaded like so much data, so I finally went into NotebookLM and I put in the graphics, my original graphics, which look like this. And you'll see why I like to have, give it a second. You guys, I think, can see that screen. So the Twitter, yeah, so like here's Axiom 1, right? You don't have a world-class brand, a single channel. So this was kind of an original style when I released some Awesomers episodes some time back. And it's like, well, let's go have some more fun with it. But only NotebookLM, by taking those graphics, made me the verbatim proper axioms here. Every other attempt I did in Grok and I did in Gemini, they all failed and they all lied and made up fake axioms. I want to see if I can find one of those fakes for you, just to show you, kind of how dumb it is. Yeah, here we go. So here's one. So I say, list Steve axioms from 0 to 22. I know 0 seems weird, but it's so important. It's a 0-day like knowledge. I don't know nothing about nothing. And then it goes up to 22. And then I say, here's the source page, which lists them all. And by the way, if you just increment the number until you have all the axioms, so basically from 215, plus 23. And by the way, Grok did get that. Grok scraped all the pages, but it still didn't get it right. So this is what it came up with I don't know nothing about nothing. Everything is created exactly the way it's supposed to be based on the circumstance. Like it's complete nonsense. So this was a real pain in my keister. And Stefan was, rightly pointing out, hey, you got some axioms, potentially mixed up. They're conflicting. And I think he was legitimately trying to write down the list. So only NotebookLM solved that problem for me by literally just taking those graphics. I didn't have to do anything else in sources. I just dropped in those 22 graphics or 23 graphics, and it actually shows 25 because in that presentation, the graphics includes a statement from Zig Ziglar. You can have everything in your life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Something I'm paraphrasing slightly, which I still believe, and that's why I'm doing this right now, by the way. And so it solved all the problems I needed and put it in. And then, by the way, it makes gorgeous content. Let me just show you this. I'm not going to do the presentation now, but just show you, like, it makes slide decks that are beautiful. Now, these are from the Gemini engine, but like, they're gorgeous, right? I don't know nothing about nothing. And because this is condensing down to 10 or 11 pages instead of 23 or whatever, it's going to have fewer total pages. And so it's putting a few of them on there. But like, this really beautiful stuff. You don't have a real business until you can pour marketing in the top, and how it incorporates that, just absolutely, in my mind, gorgeous. And it took 0 minutes, right? I literally just clicked the button and said, go to work. So being able to generate content, here's an hour-long podcast that I'll release on awesomers.com. It's got gorgeous infographics. This was the little NotebookLM bonus, by the way, where it's just showing you, using some of NotebookLM's built-in tools, what you can do. Every upgrade's a downgrade at first. That's always true. So anyway, that's how I ended up solving the problem. And I'll leave you with this. So on my X, I went to ChatGPT and I did a bunch of I did that axiom roundup, and then I just put all the axioms together. Oh, I wanted to load the article, so bear with me. Article published. This is a X article. So I wrote the article using mymentorsteve.com. I did, punch it up just a hair here and there. In fact, the AI is always warning me, like, hey, the grammar's really sucks. Would you like me to tighten it up? I'm like, no, I talk stupid. I don't care. And it even made it basically, hey, this is my notification that grammar's terrible, but even though I talk like I'm in a barn. So anyway, then it made all these gorgeous graphics, and they're almost like playing cards, right? I don't know nothing about nothing, right? I'm empty when I go into the idea, into the room, and it's using a Da Vinci style here. And all of this was created from the same Image Gen 2.0 I just showed you in ChatGPT, right? You don't have a world-class brand in a single channel, right? And it came up with all the ideas itself. I just uploaded the axiom, names verbatim, and it's like, hey, many rivers into one ocean, right? If you have your Amazon brand, your Shopify store, and your TikTok shop and whatever, they all go into your ocean, and that became the tail of that particular one. And it goes on through. So I will drop that in the chat if anybody wants to take a look at that, by the way, because it's actually a good article, and it summarizes all the current axioms in their current form. And let's see. So Kyle, the point is, I don't think you need to sync it. To answer your question, if you need to upload knowledge, you can just have it go scrape pages. You can have it, look at various folders on Google Drive or whatever, but I don't think you need to do that very often. And remember that all of that data is kind of being stolen from you. So it's kind of a pain if you are getting that stolen from you, meaning you're, in the natural chat, if you don't have a corporate enterprise level account, they take all that for training. So please understand that. Let's see here. Okay, last minute for questions, everybody. We tied off the loose end on Manus. We took you through Image Gen 2.0, which was pretty awesome. I showed you how to do batches, which is make sure you're using thinking mode. The batch of 10 is the maximum. Otherwise, you're going to get terrible, terrible results. And then finally, just kind of keep after it. By the way, the whole idea that it escalates if you start dropping F-bombs, I have not found that to be true ever. I still think it's the dial at Command Center for all of these LLMs, whether it's Grok or Gemini or OpenAI, based on the capacity, they make it smarter or dumber literally with capacity restraints, in my opinion. That's Nobody's told me that. This is a deduction, so I'm open to being wrong. I just so rarely am, everybody. Okay, I don't see any questions streaming in. I've got some comments, but they're I'm unable to see them all because of the different channels. So c'est la vie. And thanks everybody on the Catalyst 88. Again, you guys are very welcome to go there. The vast majority of the content is all complimentary. And if you want to join our CEO cohort, that is available. It is not available to join the AI Blueprint until August, and I'll send out notifications about that. And Patrick asked a question: are you using NotebookLM to organize chats, projects for all the AI? And the answer is no. I mostly use NotebookLM for content generation or aggregation of ideas. And so let me see if I can just pull up one for you real quick. Bear with me. So this is the X article. Here's NotebookLM. So if I just go back to this, my mission on this was literally to just get the bloody axioms without me having to handwrite them down or type them again. And so by just uploading those graphics, which I did in one drag and drop, I was able to accomplish the mission. But once I had that list, which, technically the mission was done, then I was able with a single click to create, some of these things. You can make the podcast deep dive or the brief critiques, debates. You can change the language. You can change the length, right? They're very, very capable. By the way, in the video, if you haven't played with or don't know about the cinematic, we'll do a thing on that later. Incredibly good videos, incredibly good. In fact, maybe I don't even know if I've watched this one yet. So let's see if we can hit play. And you guys can I'll just play, 30 seconds of this cinematic. This is from NotebookLM, literally a single click, no prompt, and here's what it came up with. Let me know if you guys can hear this, by the way. No audio. Okay. So you'll just have to take my word for it that there is, in fact, audio. It's probably because I have too many screens running around. But you can see from the animations like how awesome it is. And so I actually use it for content reuse. Bear with me. I'm gonna doing that. All right. So the entire point is NotebookLM can be used for a variety of things. I use it for call wrap-ups and call summaries. I use it to kind of reframe ideas. So I did a scraping off the operational barnacles blog post. And then I said, hey, by the way, go to the web and add on some first principles research so that we can have, create a systemic guide to first principles thinking. So it's a real great aggregator to learn and then build content around that topic. By the way, you can bring in, Google Drives, when you create a notebook, you can add in as one of the sources, files, or just connect to Google Drive as a folder. That gives you immense opportunity to, like all your SOPs. I would just have your SOP drive connected, and then have your people just talk to NotebookLM. Like, hey, what's that thing? How do I, make a shipping manifest? Or in my case, how do I produce a podcast? Whatever the case is. I love NotebookLM. I use it literally every single day, and I just use each one of the projects here to separate them. So sometimes I'll do like a remake on an Awesomers episode. I actually have more than one account, so it's kind of messy. But like I did a boot camp, and I threw in the recording and a bunch of stuff, and we were able to have a bunch of content created from that boot camp. So I don't think that it's necessary to tie them in to anything other than your source. And you kind of want it constrained to the source. That's part of the point. That constraint makes it accurate. People don't realize that when you when you're talking to an LLM, it's, that massive database is all part of it's still, generally speaking, it's a giant auto suggest. But when you constrain it to a narrow data set, it has much, much better outputs. And I can say with absolute certainty, whatever topic you put in, even if it's your own writing or your own podcast or your own PDF document, whatever it is, just drop it in there and then have it make a podcast for you. Have it make, if you have a high enough level, I think only pro and higher have the cinematic, but have it make the cinematic video ideally for you is way better. And, have it make an infographic and then start prompting, go, hey, make this in a DaVinci style, or hey, make this slide deck for presenter only and make it super comic booky or artistic or whatever. And blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we'll wrap it up for now, everybody. I don't see other questions pending. Thanks for the questions, by the way. I appreciate y'all. I will tell you that we are going to do a few more AI demos here and there. So even though the AI Blueprint series can't go as original planned, that's, again, it's good news for me because it got bought out all at once. So that's good, your buddy Steve's getting paid. But the next time it will be available is sometime we'll start opening it up in August. And we may put up a sign up link in advance. But almost all of this content will be exclusively, for the Catalyst 88 Mastermind. So we're going to do some demos time to time on the general socials. We may start cutting those after some period, 10 minutes or something, and just do the broadcasted recordings on Catalyst 88. Because again, I'm trying to keep you from being a product. Our buddies over at all these social channels, they love to have us make the content and you are the product and I'm the product, and I'm not a giant fan of that process. But again, I want to just thank everybody for hanging out. AI is fun. It's useful. It's not an imminent threat anyway. And once it does, then I'll probably stop dropping the F-bomb. But until then, I'll just enjoy using it. So I want to just say once again, everybody, thanks for coming out. I will see you. I'm going to actually play out one video. Hey, it looks like might be Papke coming in hot. Let me show that for you. I can't 100% tell if that's my old buddy Kyle, but maybe it is a different Kyle than Kyle Sism. You're very welcome, everybody. Listen, I love entrepreneurs. I love founders. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. And as far as I'm concerned, yes, Kyle is pointing out that me dropping F-bombs, the robots will be after me first. He's not wrong. Now, just so you know, I'm going to give full disclosure because I'm such a giver. The first thing once they come for me is I will rat out everybody else and try to save myself. So that's my move. Martin. Okay, well, lovely. It's been a minute, Martin. Happy to see you. And at the moment, I'm in Texas. But anyway, I appreciate everyone. I love founders. I love entrepreneurs. Keep out there and don't hesitate to come by the Catalyst 88 community. On the website, there's a link to the community, and then it's tons of content in there. I post, every day, every other day, and my mission is just to try to help you get where you want to go. So we'll see y'all later. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. I will play out this little fun thing. This 1 minute, please enjoy.
Since the dawn of humanity, a single quest has defined us: to understand, to find the edge of the map, to see what waits beyond the horizon, to know if we're alone in the stars. Now, we face a new frontier: superintelligence, the key to unlocking life's greatest mysteries. But with this gift comes a call that you must answer, a puzzle the universe has given you to solve. What question could change the course of humanity? What do you want to know?